Let's see, is Ben Shapiro a genius? So my dad once told me something about genius that I think is really important, which is that there will always be somebody who is smarter than you are. And what he suggested is that he didn't believe that there were really geniuses, as in people who are like overall really smart. He said people have a genius for a thing. And I think that's kind of half true. There are certainly people who are geniuses. I mean, I know people who are polymaths, people who have super high IQs, but the point that he was making, which is more important, is right, which is that just because you happen to be really smart does not mean that you are a genius at everything, right? Just because you happen to be really good at one thing does not mean that you know a damn thing about another thing. And one of the things in politics that tends to happen is that the best and the brightest, the new ruling class, they tend to think that if they are high IQ, this means they know all there is to know about all of the things. People who want to centralize power in government tend to think, because I am smart, and because I'm on a raw level smarter than all those other American dullards, I get to control all aspects of their life. But here is the thing. Diffuse information across a wide variety of human beings will always, in sum, be greater than any amounts of information available to one human being. And so anybody who claims that genius matters, it really, like, genius only matters if it is channeled toward a particular purpose or it's in a particular field. But the question is not whether you have a high IQ. The question is to what use you put the raw material. When I was in junior high, I went to a magnet school, and they gave an IQ test to get into the magnet school. And there were people who had way higher IQs in my class than I did. There's one girl who had an IQ that was in the 190s, and she was doing like college level calculus in what would have been in 7th grade. She was doing like full on college level calculus in 7th grade, like genius. She ended up as a gym teacher at a Midwestern college. Right, so the question is not, what is your raw level of IQ? The question is, what do you do with it? As my 4th grade teacher once said to me, don't let potential be written on your tombstone. And that's the way you should view all of the gifts that you're given in life, whether it is physical gifts or IQ or emotional intelligence. That's the way you should view your life.